Let's start by looking at a class component in React. In the constructor, we call super with props, which is necessary when extending another class. We then initialize the component's state by setting a property named initialValue to this props value, which is a value received from the parent component when it renders this child component. The render method returns a div with the state's initial value displayed within it. When the component mounts, the value passed as a prop will be used as the initial state for our component's rendering. Next, we have a functional component with the same functionality. With the advent of React hooks, we can use the useState hook to initialize the state in a functional component. This hook takes the initial state value as its argument, which we've set to props value, mimicking the class-based approach. The useState hook returns an array containing the current state value, in this case initial value, and a function to update this value, which we named setInitialValue. The component renders a div with the current value of initial value. Lastly, we delve into a more complex example of state initialization in a class-based component. The child with derived state component utilizes the getDerivedState from props lifecycle method. This is a static method that takes next props and previous state as arguments and is called right before the render method on initial renders and on updates. If the prop value has changed, we return a new state object with the updated value. If not, we return null to signal that the state does not need to change. This pattern is useful when you want to reset the component's state when particular props change after the component has already mounted.